We'll get on to Europe in a moment, but let's turn to the other big conflict, which is the Middle East. Israel continuing its war with Hamas in Gaza, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and it remains unclear the extent to which direct engagement between Israel and Iran may continue to escalate as well, James. But he's pretty popular in Israel, President Trump.
So, yeah, the Israelis are happy, and not just the Netanyahu government. I think, Israelis in general thought that they basically had a fairer crack of the whip under Donald Trump than they did in Joe Biden, who they always saw as a sort of, an American who was always saying, well, please don't do this and please don't do that. The problem is this. When Donald Trump was in power last time, there was no war in the Middle East. There is now. The world has changed. And so the question, the immediate question now is, if in the next few weeks, Benjamin Netanyahu says, right, I now want to target Iran's nuclear facilities, something that the Biden administration has been very, very firm about, saying, no, we are not going to support you in this. But there's a real question now is, will Donald Trump allow Israel a freer hand to fight the war in a way that it can't at the moment? Lots of people say the Americans have not been restraining Israel enough, but there has been some restraint. Will that change under Donald Trump? Or will he, as he has said, be a peacemaker and say, I don't want to get involved in other people's wars? He might try and do both. He might say to the Israelis, I'm going to give you a free hand to complete it, to finish it, to bring it to a close.
Our chief international correspondent, Lise Doucette, is in Jerusalem, and she's been assessing the reaction of Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
It's significant that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has become one of the first foreign leaders to speak to Donald Trump. And the Israeli readout of their conversation, which was described as warm and cordial, is said to have discussed Israel's security, including the Iranian threat. Donald Trump has often urged Israel to, in his words, finish the job. We'll soon find out exactly what he means.
It remains to be seen, too, how much leverage Donald Trump will have over Benjamin Netanyahu, because no one else has had much so far.
Correct.